Welcome to the Fieldwork Files, where we do tips for ABA trainees. Today's tip is on how to gain more research experience as a student, and I'm going to talk through 4 different levels on how you can do this. In my last video, I talked quite a bit about my experience in the K9 Behavior Lab, and I got a great question about how to gain more experience with research if you don't have access to a K9 Behavior Lab, or maybe your school program is only online. So I'm going to walk through 4 different levels on how you can gain more research experience as a student. The first level is to simply become more involved by being a research participant. When I was in my undergrad, we had a bulletin board in the psychology building, and it had all of the research studies that were going on, and you could gain extra credit for your classes by being a participant in these research studies. So I would just stop by the bulletin board once a week and then pick a research study to be a participant in. If you're in an online program, they might have a virtual version of this as well. Some schools will send out an email newsletter with research studies that are looking for participants. LinkedIn could be another avenue for you as well. People are often posting on there to recruit participants for their research studies too. And you can always ask your professors directly. So a lot of times my professors would mention their research interests in class. So I would follow up with them after class and I would ask them about their studies, ask them about their research, and I would let them know gently, hey, if you're ever interested in having a research assistant, I'm available. And then this leads us to the second level of research involvement. This level is all about becoming an assistant to the research study itself. And you can start really low level, simply as just an assistant to the research assistant. You could be the independent observer doing all the IOA data, or even just compiling all of the video logs together, or providing the written instructions directly to the participant. Basic, easy, entry-level way to just dip your toe into the pool of helping with the research study. I remember I was talking to one of my professors after class one time, and she was mentioning that she was looking for a second research assistant for one of her studies. So I offered to be that for her, and that was how I got started in the preschool lab. So we did that research study on school readiness and self-regulation for preschoolers. Then at the third level, you can get even more involved if you feel more comfortable, and you can be a direct assistant to the primary investigator, or the PI. The PI is the person who's actually leading the whole study. So as their assistant, you can start actually collecting data. You can start running the conditions yourself or implementing the variables with the participants on your own. There's a little bit more freedom and a little bit more responsibility here too. Now, one of my psychology professors was studying haptic perception in the laboratory for perception, cognition, and learning. And because I had already had experience with research in the preschool